So you're born into the modern world, and you're this tiny little baby, and you're going along life, learning how to crawl, learning how to walk, and you're having a pretty good time, just having fun in life. But then everyone around you's like, "Yo, you gotta join the Stampede, man. Stampede's headed that way. You better bundle up your jacket and get into the Stampede." And so you're like all flustered. You're like, okay, I guess I'll join the Stampede. If everyone else is doing the Stampede, that's what I gotta do. So start running, and you're in the Stampede, and everyone around you's all constantly worried and anxious. They're like, we gotta make it to the end. We're on this huge Stampede. The destination is the end. And so you go through kindergarten. You're doing your worksheets which turn into work weeks. And then you're in this kindergarten, you're filling out your coloring books, and they're like, dude, the next level of the Stampede, everyone's going, dude. You gotta go to middle school for the next level of the Stampede. So everyone's in the Stampede. You once in a while get a short break, they call it summer or something, but then you gotta rejoin the Stampede. Everyone's running along, you're really just chugging along. It's not very enjoyable, but everyone's gotta do it, you just gotta suck it up. And then you finish middle school, they're like, next level of the Stampede, man, everyone's going along. You got to go to high school. You got to get to the next level, the Stampede's going. And then somebody in high school's like, dude, at the end of the Stampede, there's a cliff. Everyone just drops off. And you're like, what? That's ridiculous. Everyone's in the Stampede, We gotta keep doing this. By then, by high school, we're leading our little unit of the Stampede. And so we keep on going. We're doing all our worksheets which turn into work weeks. And we're hustling. We're in the Stampede, we're in high school. And they're like, dude, you got to get to the next level. You got to apply for college. And you're like, okay, all right, everyone else is doing it for the Stampede. Let's do this thing. So you get to the next level of the Stampede. You're in college. You're doing your worksheets which turn into work weeks. You're hustling along. And you're like, man, this sucks. I want to take a break from this. Everyone's like, no, dude, you got to get to the next level of Stampede. You already made it this far. You got to keep going, man. And so you keep on trucking. You're like, all right, I want to take a break. So you take a short break. Everyone's like, dude, what an idiot. You took a break from the Stampede that everyone's participating in. And then so you rejoin the Stampede, and everyone's still chugging along like there's nothing wrong. And then another person tells you, now you're in grad school. They're like, dude, at the end of the race, there's a cliff, and everyone just drops off. It's pointless. And you're like, no, there's got to be something more to this, Maybe we should try and enjoy the Stampede while we're going, or maybe we should even take a break from the Stampede and just hang out by that lake over there, And they're like, no, dude, you got to rejoin the Stampede. You got to go to get your PhD now. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do my PhD. I'm going to do my worksheets, which turn into work weeks. And then you get your PhD, and you're like, sweet, man, I finally made it to a good level of the Stampede. I'm pretty happy. Now I got to make it to the next level and get a good job. So then you get a good job. You're doing your work weeks, so you've had so much practice with worksheets. You're in your Stampede with all your other fellow job workers. You're in your cubicle. You're having the best time, because the whole race of the Stampede, everyone's told you it's all to have that joy at the end. The very end is the best part. You can't really enjoy it that much while it's happening, because that's just stupid. You gotta hustle, Time is money. You gotta do this thing. And so you just keep on hustling. You got your job, and they're like, dude, you're not even at the next level yet. You gotta retire. That's when life really begins, You gotta just hustle these last 40 years out so you can finally retire, So you're hustling along. You're in your job. You're in your cubicle. You're doing your work weeks. You're having the worst time of your life. Everyone around you is having the worst time of your life. And then this dude comes up, and he's like, yo, why are you still in the Stampede? We've been hanging out this lake over there for the last 20 years. And you're like, man, everyone's telling me I got to stay in the Stampede. It's what I've been told since day one, since I was in kindergarten doing my worksheets, which turn into work weeks. And the guy's like, well, whatever floats your boat. If you want to stay in the Stampede, it's cool with me. So then you stay in the Stampede, and you're going along. Finally, you're getting close to retirement, and you're still in the Stampede. Everyone around you is hustling along. You're like, oh, we're almost there. That retirement, that's the golden era, Finally, we can just sit back and watch some TV, That's what life's all about. Evolution, it's been happening for 4 billion years so that we can finally finish the Stampede and sit in our lazy boys and watch TV. So I will see you there. I'll be there. I'm been in this Stampede. I intend to stay here for another 40 years so that we can sit in our chairs and watch television. That's what all of evolution is for, so that we can sit in chairs and watch television. I'll see you there. Don't leave the Stampede. It's a bad idea.